Cottage. A cottage is a small old house. Ambassador. Necessity. Confess. Province. Ban. Venture. Exceed. To exceed is to be more than something.
Since I exceeded my limit, I decided to get rid of my credit cards.
Affirm. Circumstance. Manuscript. Slice. Death. Grief. Grief is the feeling of deep sadness, usually when a person. Seldom. Allow. Consequent. Tie. Couch. Nod. Boast. Prospect. A prospect is a possibility that something will happen.
He wakes up every morning with the prospect of having a good day.
Patient. Persist. Strike. Sweat. Pat. To pat something is to hit it softly with your hand. Faint. Faint is a power that causes. Sacrifice. Revenge. Revenge is what you do to hurt or. Desperate. Precious. When something is precious, it is valuable and. Drown. Rotate. Worm. A worm is a small animal with a long, thin body.
Worms are
Jealous. If you are jealous, you think someone might take something from you.
Miriam was jealous because Sue was paying too much attention to Jim.
Supper. Supper is a meal that is eaten in the evening. Glow. To glow is to make a soft light. Incident. Stiff. When something is stiff, it is hard to move.
The bird.
Loyal. To be loyal to something or someone is to agree to always help them. Fasten. Handicap. A handicap is a condition that limits someone's mental or physical. Marsh. A marsh is a type of wet land covered with grasses and short plants.
The marsh looked so lovely against the mountains.
Straw. A straw is a thin tube that is used to suck liquid into the mouth.
I drank the orange juice through a straw.
Widow. A widow is a woman whose husband has died. Riddle. A riddle is a question that is difficult to answer. Fairy. A fairy is a small magic creature with wings.
There are usually fairies in fantasy stories.
Robe. A robe is a long. Neglect. To neglect someone or something is to not take. Vessel. Dial. Emphasis. Stubborn. If people are stubborn, they don't change their minds easily.
Both of my parents are stubborn. They never give in to each other.
Horrible. If something is horrible, it is very bad.
The assignment was horrible. I hated it.
Nap. Fierce. If a person or animal is fierce, they are angry or violent.
Wolves are fierce animals. Do not disturb them.
Tidy. When something is tidy, it is clean and in order.
Leon has always been a very tidy boy.
Stir. To stir something means to mix. Decay. To decay is to be destroyed naturally. Troops. Troops are soldiers that fight in groups in a battle. Inhabitant. An inhabitant is a person who lives in a certain place.
The number of inhabitants in the countryside is increasing.
Cliff. A cliff is a high and often flat wall of rock. Spear. A spear is a long stick with a blade on one end that is used as a weapon.
The soldier was holding a spear in his hand.
Sympathy. Sympathy is a feeling of being sad for another person.
I felt sympathy for my sister, so I got.
Voyage. A voyage is a long journey made on a boat or an aircraft. Ladder. Perfume. Perfume is a good-smelling liquid that girls wear.
When she wore her perfume, everyone said.
Shepherd. A shepherd is a person who protects and cares for sheep.
The shepherd moved the sheep to another field.
Proverb. A proverb is a short saying that tells you something. Whistle. To whistle is to make a sound by putting your lips together and blowing.
As he was
Poke. To poke something is to push it with your finger.
I poked my finger on a thumbtack.
Disgusting. If something is disgusting, it is very unpleasant.
After running all day, Greg's feet had a disgusting odor.
Gamble. To gamble means to play a game that involves. Diligent. If someone is diligent, they work hard and are careful. Splash. When a liquid splashes, it bursts and hits something.
Some green paints.
Appliance. An appliance is a piece of equipment used for jobs in the home.
Many.
Greed. Greed is a desire to have more. Ally. An ally is someone who agrees to help or support. Devastate. Modest. Tragic. When something is tragic, it is connected with death and suffering.
The airplane crashed in a tragic accident.
Disguise. Coincide. Execute. To execute someone means to kill them as a legal punishment.
Some people are executed for serious crimes.
Overlook. To overlook something is to not notice it or. Cereal. Cereal is a food that you mix with milk and eat for breakfast. Swing. Kidnap. To kidnap someone. Ripe. When a fruit is ripe, it is ready to be eaten. Cope. To cope with a difficult. Alley. An alley is a narrow road behind house. Refuge. Hesitate. Encounter. Plot. Beam. A beam is a heavy bar.
Modern skyscrapers are made with several beams.
Synth. Affair. Expedition. Divorce. Divorce is an event in which a marriage is ended. Grateful. When you are grateful for something, you are happy that it happened. Vanish. Heritage. Heritage is the collection of features of a society. Exaggerate. Scar. Beneath. Complaint. Seize. To seize something means to grab it quickly or strongly.
The man seized as much money as he could before
Bounce. To bounce is to move something up and away. Startle. To startle means to scare someone. Arise. To arise is to happen.
Difficulties arose with
Sin. A sin is something that is wrong. Evident. When something is evident, it is easy to see or understand.
it was
Invade. To invade is to take over a place by. Sheriff. Scratch. To scratch is to make small cuts with a claw or fingernail.
I used a stick.
Recite. To recite something means to repeat or say aloud in front of a group.
Katie recited the Pledge of Allegiance in class.
Worship. Ache. If something aches, it hurts. Trim.
Tempt. Blanket.
A blanket is a piece of cloth that you use to keep warm or.
Remainder.
The remainder of something is what is left. Confront. To confront a hard situation or person is to deal with it. Super. Orphan. Ranch. A ranch is a large farm where animals are kept. Panic. Deceive. To deceive someone is to make them believe something that is not true. Sting. To sting is to cause. Polish. To polish something is to rub. Insult. To insult someone is to say things that will hurt their feelings. Enthusiasm. Disgrace. Disgrace is a feeling of shame.
He felt a sense of disgrace after.
Receipt. Bundle. A bundle is a number of things that. Chore. A chore is a job that you have. Fatal. Spot. Sew. To sew means to put pieces of cloth. Slim. If something or someone is slim, they are thin. Mercy. If you show mercy, you choose not to punish or harm someone.
He asked.
Anticipate. Pre. Merchant. Revolution. Bump. Lawn. Rag. A rag is a small towel.